Hello guys, welcome to the lecture 11 of machine learning series. In our previous video, we have seen the structure of CSV file format and also how to read an CSV file format and also applying the pre-processing steps on the CSV file format. Now, in this video, we'll be seeing how to work on JSON and SQL file formats. Okay, now let's start with the introduction to JSON and SQL file formats. First, let's start with JSON. Okay, JSON means JavaScript object notation. Okay, JavaScript object notation. Okay, JSON means JavaScript object notation. Okay, now why this JSON file format is introduced? Okay, this JSON file format is introduced because it is more human readable as well as machine readable. Okay, this particular JSON file format is more machine readable as well as more human readable. Okay, now in CSV file formats the data is separated by comma values. Okay, let's say Nandu 27 private employee. So in this way I used to have my first row of data. Okay, in this way I used to have my first row of data, but very unlike to this, I'll be having my JSON file format. You see that you don't even understand. Okay, you don't even understand where the row ends. Okay, where the particular row ends, where the particular row starts. Okay, but in JSON file format it is very much clearly specified. Okay, it is very much clearly specified. First we'll be starting with a list. Okay, first we'll be starting with a list, and in this particular list we'll be having the entire data stored in key value pairs. Okay, same as dictionary we store in a JSON file format. Okay, the entire JSON file format is same as dictionary. Okay, it is exactly same as list of dictionary values. Okay, list of dictionary values. Okay, it is stored in the format of key value pairs. Okay, key value pairs. It is stored in the format of key value pairs. First I open the list. Okay, I open the list. Now then I open my dictionary. Okay, then I open my curly braces, and in this first I'll be writing my column name and the value. Okay, this is my key and this is my value. Next, separated by comma, then age. Okay, this is semicolon. Age, let's say 27, and occupation. Okay, occupation is private employee. Private employee. Okay, now then I'll be closing this list. Okay, now this specifies it is my first row. Okay, it is my first row of data. Okay, it is my first row of data. Now again separate by commas. Again for my new row. Okay, for my new row I open my dictionary and then name, let's say Arun, and then I give particular age and then occupation. Okay, and then occupation, and again close the dictionary, and finally I'll closing the list. Okay, you can see that this is the structure of a JSON file format. Okay, it is more human readable. Okay, it is more human readable. By seeing this particular data, you can easily fetch the name of the person, the age of the person, and the occupation of the person. Okay, it is in the format of key value pairs. This is the significance. Okay, this is the significance of JSON file format. Okay, JSON file format. Okay, it is very much unlike to CSV file format. Now let us see how do we convert. Okay, how do we convert and tabular data to JSON file format. Okay, now let's say we have a tabular data. Okay, it is same as this way, but for reference let me just explain. Let's say I have name, I have age, and I have occupation. Okay, now Nandu, age 27, occupation private employee, name Arun, let's say some age and something occupation. Now this is the this is the representation in tabular format. Okay, this JSON file format is converted to tabular format. Okay, now you can see that it is very much readable. Okay, now even it is even the tabular data, if it is converted to if it is converted to JSON file format as well, it is very much readable. Okay, but in CSV file format we don't have this feature. Okay, they are not easily readable. Okay, this is how we convert and tabular data to JSON file format and JSON file format to and tabular data. Now let us see few of the advantages of JSON file formats. Yeah, the first advantage and very most important is JSON is both human readable and machine readable. Okay, it is easily understood by both humans as well as machines. Okay, they can easily understand this data type, data format. Okay, they can easily understand this particular data format. Next, JSON supports complex data. Okay, what this complex data means, in this particular JSON file format, even I can store lists, dictionaries. Okay, even I can store lists and dictionaries. Okay, I'll be explaining you with an example. Now you can see that this is my particular JSON data. Okay, this is my particular JSON data. In this I am storing in skills. Okay, in skills I am storing list, and in experience I am storing my dictionary. Okay, in this way I can store lists, dictionaries, and in like any complex data structure as well. Okay, any like any complex data structure or data type as well. Okay, this is the significance of JSON file format, but it can't be done in CSV files. Okay, you can't store dictionaries or lists in a CSV file format, but the JSON supports this. Okay, the JSON supports this. Next, JSON is universal language of APIs. Now I'll be explaining you with an example. Now let's say we have a front end and we have a back end. Now the front end is college website. Okay, the front end is college website, and the back end I have my database. Okay, I have my database and all the functions. Okay, all the functions are available in the back end, and I'm connecting it with an API. Okay, I'm connecting it with API. Now in my college website, I have visited my college website and I have entered my name and I have entered my roll number. Okay, I have entered my name and I have entered my roll number, and I want to fetch my marks. Okay, I want to fetch my semester examination marks. Okay, now this request is sent to the backend through API. Okay, this request is sent through the backend through API. Now this backend does some processing work and fetches the data from the database and sends back to the front end. Now this request and this response, okay, this request and this response happens in JSON file format. Okay, this request as well as this response, okay, both happen in JSON file format. Okay, this is the significance of JSON file format. Okay, it is easily integrated with APIs. Okay, it is easily integrated with APIs. All the APIs, okay, all the APIs in the world talk with this common file format, that is JSON file format. Okay, now next, JSON works in every programming language. Okay, you don't need to particularly install any library or import any library to use this JSON file format in any particular language. Okay, you can just directly use it. Okay, you can just directly use it, and it supports every language. Okay, whether it may be C, C++, Java or JavaScript. Okay, any language. Okay, any language in the world, this particular JSON format supports. Okay, next, JSON fits perfectly into machine learning and deep learning. Okay, it fits well in machine learning and deep learning. Why it fits well in machine learning and deep learning? Now we have already seen that the JSON file format is more human readable and machine readable. Now as it is more human readable and machine readable, okay, this particular deep learning and machine learning models can easily understand the data. Okay, can easily understand and process the data. Okay, this is the significance of JSON file format. Okay, JSON file formats are more machine readable, so they easily fit into machine learning and deep learning. Next, JSON file format is lightweight and efficient. Previously we have seen that in APIs, okay, in APIs we use JSON file format. Okay, now the main reason to use this particular JSON file format in APIs is it is light in weight. Okay, it is light in weight, means both the request as well as the response happens faster. So because it is light in weight, okay, this particular JSON file format is light in weight. Okay, so the data transfer and request and response happens faster, okay, faster and efficient. Okay, now next, JSON is flexible. Okay, now how JSON is flexible? Now let's say this is particular data, okay, which has name, hobbies, Twitter handle, okay, Twitter handle. Now in this particular data I want to add a particular column, okay, I want to add a particular column. Now what I will do is I will be just adding the column name, I'll be just adding the column name, and corresponding to that I'll be adding the data, okay, corresponding to that I'll be adding the data. Okay, now next, in my second dictionary, okay, in my second dictionary I'll be doing the same thing. I'll be adding the column name, I'll be adding entire column name, and I'll be adding that particular data, I'll be adding that particular data. Okay, just what you do is you add the column name and corresponding to that data, and column name corresponding to that data. Okay, so in this way JSON file format is more flexible. Okay, now if you want to do the same thing in CSV file format, it is very much difficult. Okay, you can't even understand where to add that particular column. Okay, this is the main disadvantage of CSV file formats, which is overcome by JSON file formats. Okay, in this way JSON file format is more advantageous than CSV file format. Okay, so this JSON file format is an universal file format. Okay, it is mostly preferred in machine learning and deep learning because it is light in weight, it is more machine readable and human readable, and it is flexible as well. Okay, now let us see, okay, now let us see how to read this particular JSON file and what are the pre-processing steps that can be applied on this JSON file format. Okay, now yeah, now first thing, okay, the very first thing that you need to do is, if you have the JSON files in your local, okay, in your local, and you're working in the Google Colab, you just need to upload that particular files in your Google Colab. Okay, just click on this arrow and then you can comfortably apply your upload your JSON file formats. Okay, now after uploading, first you need to import the pandas library. Okay, this pandas library, okay, this pandas library is very much important in reading any data format. Okay, any data format you just read with the help of pandas library. Okay, now if you're working in any VS Code or any local machines, then you need to first install, okay, by doing pip install pandas, you need to install the pandas library. Okay, in Google Colab it is not necessary. Okay, first you need to import the pandas library. Now after importing the pandas library, if your file is in local, okay, if your file is in local, then what you need to do is you just click on this three dots. Okay, just click on this three dots and then copy path. Okay, and then copy path. Now after copying the path, paste it in this function. Okay, paste it over here, just paste it over here. Okay, paste it in pd.read_json. okay, paste it in pd.read_json. okay, so in this way, okay, in this way it helps in reading the JSON files which are available locally. Okay, in this way this particular command, this particular code helps in reading the files that are available in the local. Okay, that are available in local. Now let's say our particular JSON file is somewhere in a link. Okay, somewhere in a link or in website. Okay, then how can you bring that file into your machine? Okay, how can you read that particular file? Okay, you just need to hit the link. Okay, you just need to hit that extra link and just copy the link. Okay, just copy the link and paste it over here. Okay, in the same function. Okay, just paste it in the same function. Okay, pd.read_json, and it will comfortably read this particular code. Okay, so this particular data from the particular link. Okay, from that particular link it comfortably reads the JSON data. Okay, now you till now we have seen when the data is available locally, we read it this way, and if the data is available in some particular link, we read it this way. Okay, now let us see our first parameter, our very first parameter, that is orient parameter. Okay, orient parameter. Okay, this orient parameter is very much important in reading and JSON file format. Okay, now I'll be telling you how. Yeah, now if you see this particular data, if you see this particular JSON data, okay, this particular entire JSON data, okay, this particular entire JSON data, it is a universal, okay, it is in JSON, it is universal format. Okay, in JSON file format it is universal format. Okay, this particular data is universal format, but in JSON file format we'll be having different formats. Okay, in particular JSON file format we'll be having different formats. Okay, in from that, this is the universal. Okay, if the data is present this way, okay, in your JSON file, if the data is present this way, you just do pd.read_json. Okay, pd.read_json. But other than this, okay, other than this, in your JSON file format, if the data is present in some other ways, then how do you read that particular JSON file? Okay, so yeah, in this way you read that particular JSON file format. Okay, you just set this orient parameter. Okay, you just continuously give this values to orient parameter. Okay, now let's see what are the values that I can give to this orient parameter. First, records. Okay, first is records. If the data, okay, if the particular data is present in this way, okay, if you carefully see, carefully observe, if the particular data is present in this way, okay, if the particular data is present in this way, then what you do, pd.read_json, you give the path and orient is equal to, okay, you set the orient parameter to records. Okay, you set the orient parameter to records. Okay, this is how you read the first type. Okay, just, okay, in the particular code just type here records. Okay, if you type records and enter, okay, if you type the records and enter, it reads this type of file. Okay, it helps in reading this types of file. Next, orient is equal to index. Now if we have the index value, if you have the index value in this way, okay, if you have the index value in this way, then we do orient is equal to index. Okay, we set the orient parameter to index. Okay, this is the second type. Okay, this is the second type of JSON file. Next, third type of JSON file, orient is equal to columns, means we'll be having, first we'll be having the entire column names. Okay, first we'll be having the entire column names, then in the column names we'll be having continuously column values. Okay, continuously column values. Now let's say let's take a same example, name and age. Okay, first Nandu and Sarah. Okay, now you can see that in this particular name column, okay, in this particular name column I have these two values. Okay, these two values are stored in this list. Okay, these two values are stored in this list. No, but these ages, okay, these ages are stored in this list. Okay, in this way the entire data is stored. Okay, first the row is first row is determined in this way and second row is determined in this way. Okay, in this way the orient parameter works. Okay, orient parameter works. It helps in reading the different file formats. Okay, in JSON it helps in reading the different structure of JSON data. Okay, next, orient is equal to split. If the data is in this way, okay, if the data is present in this way, then you set orient is equal to split. Next, orient is equal to values. Okay, you will be just having the list of lists. Okay, you will be just having the list of lists. Okay, you will be not having any column values over here. Okay, you will be not having any column values over here. Just you will be having Nandu, Sarah, 24, 27. Okay, you will be having the column name as unnamed. Okay, some unnamed or unnamed. Okay, unnamed 0, unnamed 1. In this way you will be having the column names. Okay, unnamed 0 and unnamed 1, and you will be having those particular values in that column. Okay, you will be having those particular values in that column. Okay, this is how the orient parameter works. Okay, orient parameter works. First, to set this orient parameter, you need to carefully observe the JSON file format. If after observing the JSON file format, now go through this 5 types. Okay, go through these 5 types. If which type suits you, then you apply that value to the orient parameter. Okay, that value to the orient parameter. Okay, now next, reading JSON-L file. Okay, JSON-L means it is very much similar to this records. Okay, very much similar to this records. The only change that you will be having is you will be not having the data in the form of lists. Okay, you will be not having the data in the form of list. Okay, same like records. Okay, it is exactly same as records, but you will be not having the rows in the form of a list. Okay, rows in a list. Okay, you will be just having the random key value pairs. Okay, random key value pairs stored in a dictionary. Okay, you will be not having any list. Okay, any list over here. Okay, any list over here, and you will be not having even a comma over here. Just you will be having a flat, okay, a flat key value pairs. Okay, flat key value pairs. These are JSON L file types. Okay, JSON L file types. If you see in future any .json L, okay, if you want to read any .json L, then you need to write this particular code. You just need to do lines is equal to 2. Okay, if you use the normal approach, okay, if you use the normal approach to read an JSON L file, then you'll be having an value error. Okay, you'll be having an value error. Okay, value error is equal to trailing data. Okay, value error is equal to trailing data. Next, to read the JSON L file, lines is equal to true. Okay, the lines parameter must be true. Okay, next, reading SQL files. Okay, reading SQL files. Now, to read, okay, first I'll be telling you how to access an SQL file. Now, in relational databases, okay, in relational databases, the entire data is stored in the form of tables. Okay, entire data is stored in the form of tables. Now, you have bought the data, okay, through APIs. You have bought the data from the database, okay, data from the relational databases. Now, in this relational database, okay, in this particular data, okay, this is my entire relational database. I have bought this data through APIs, and this is my entire data. Now, in this data, I'll be having tables. Okay, I'll be having individual tables. Okay, I'll be having random individual tables. Now, I need to read this entire data. Okay, I need to read this entire data. Now, to read this entire data, I have a particular piece of code over here. Okay, you just do first import SQLite 3. I think we need to first install, I guess. Okay, if it shows something like import error, first you need to install, okay, install SQLite 3, and then you do just import SQLite 3. Okay, just import SQLite 3. Okay, now after that we create a temporary database. Okay, we create a temporary database, and this particular piece of code, okay, this particular piece of code is used to establish the connection with the database. Okay, establish the connection of database and use SQLite 3 commands. Okay, SQLite 3 commands on your database. Okay, on your database. Okay, use SQLite 3 commands on your database. Okay, first this is used to create an temp.db database, and this enables to use SQLite 3 commands. Okay, now then I am reading my SQL file. Okay, then I am just opening, okay, I am just reading my SQL file using files. Okay, using file commands, and then I am writing SQL queries. Okay, in this pd.read_SQL. Okay, you need to write your queries in pd.read_SQL query. Okay, there is some separate function in pandas, that is pd.read_SQL query, and you need to write your SQL queries in that. Okay, now select star from employees. Okay, this specifies from employees table. Okay, from employees table I am fetching each and every row. Okay, from employees table I am fetching each and every row. Okay, if you have basic idea on SQL, then it would be more easier to understand this SQL queries. Okay, select start from employees means I am selecting every row. Okay, I am selecting, this is my entire employees table. Okay, this is my employees table, and I am selecting 7 out of 7 rows. Okay, I think 8. Okay, 8 out of 8 rows from my employees table. Okay, this is how you read SQL files. Okay, you read SQL files and apply SQL queries in Google Colab or any local machine. Okay, any local code editor as well. Okay, now in this way we work with JSON, JSON-L, and SQL files. Okay, I'll be providing this entire notebook in the description. You can just check it out. Hope you guys like this video. If you like the video, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.